Another day, another method of transportation. We are back on motorcycles.
Yeah, fun.
Off to go visit the tombs of the emperors down the perfume river right in UA. We are going to the first tomb, which is the furthest. Which one is it? Mingma. So I'll see you there. So we're now in the tomb of Mingma. Interesting story about this emperor is that mid-1800s, an American senator actually came to sign a friendship agreement with Vietnam, and he said no. He said, "You're white skin, I don't like you, go away." And of course, years later, the Americans supported the south of Vietnam in the war against the north. So people here say that if Mingma would have been nicer to the Americans, maybe the Vietnam that we know today would not be the same, or the big war would have not happened. Also, an interesting story about him is that he had 3,600 wives and 142 children. Of those 142 children, one of the children had over 300 wives and had about 40 children, and one of those is the grandparent of the wife of our driver. So our driver's kind of like royalty by association. We're now at the tomb of Khai Dinh. He's the last emperor to be buried in a royal tomb. He ruled Vietnam between 1916 and 1925. The difference with this tomb and the others is that this one's actually in a hilltop. And Khai Dinh was very inspired by the French visiting Paris a lot, so he actually mixed a Vietnamese and European style in here and used cement that came directly from Paris.
Đủ 11 năm 5 năm đủ chứ.
We're now at the tomb of Emperor Tu Duc, and the funny thing about this is that it was built when he was alive. It was built for 3 years up until 1867. He reigned until 1883, and it was said that he actually preferred coming here to relieve himself from the tension of the nation and the tension of his household, and he wandered around his future tomb for peacefulness. Isn't that hilarious? Also, they have no idea, this complex has almost 50 buildings, they have no idea where in the complex he was buried, because the workers that were commissioned to build his tomb were all killed with poisoned rice wine afterwards, because he was buried with the treasure and didn't want people to know where it was. Kind of mean. Last stop in UA is the pagoda of the Heavenly Lady. Rumor has it that a fairy came down from heaven to protect Vietnam. The emperor then came here to ask her for favors, so he would come and pray and pray and pray. And this pagoda was built in her honor. It is the oldest pagoda in UA, and it has many different areas to it. You have behind me the entrance to where the monks are with the big guardians. Behind me is the Golden Buddha, and as you can see by the incense, this is a place of worship to this day. Off again on a bus, 4 hours this time. Well, 4 Vietnamese hours, so it might take us 5, might take us 6. But we are off to Hoi An, a the city south of Da Nang on our way to Ho Chi Minh because our trip is ending in 3 days. This sleeper bus not nearly as nice as the one we had previously, but we're not sleeping on it, so it'll be okay. There's no disco lights. It's not the disco bus. It's still a fun bus.